Hey, good evening. How is everyone? Hope you all are having a great time. My name is Gary, and I suffer from DJD, dad joke disorder. It's been 2 years since my last dad joke. It doesn't help that my sponsor is a small little person, psychic, that recently escaped from prison. He's a small medium at large. I noticed when I first got here that there's a stool over here. It's the only one here in the comedy club, and that must be their stool sample. My first time coming up here on stage, I found myself standing on those steps. I realized I was being very impolite. It's rude to stare. I understand some of these jokes may take a little bit. They're kind of like hand grenades. We'll throw them out there, a little while later, they'll go off. Recently went to a gender reveal party. I don't understand why I was the only one to show up naked. I did lose a job working as a bank teller after only one day. Little old lady came in, asked me to check her balance, so I pushed her over. I do work at a golf club. You never know what you're gonna see when you're at a golf course. We recently had a golfer step in some fire ants and was bitten. I don't know how many people know this, but the venom from a fire ant bite is very acidic. So naturally, I told him to eat Tums because it's an antacid. We have a lot of alligators on the golf course. The really fast ones are known as instigators. The ones that know their way around all the lakes, of course, they're navigators. Don't know how many of you heard recently there was a lady that was on a golf course and she was attacked by 2 alligators and they ate her. And so they called the game warden to come and remove these alligators. And he asked the alligators, what did she taste like? One said she tastes like chicken. The other said, depends. Many of us may have to start eating alligator meat very soon as the price of chicken and the price of eggs continue to increase due to this bird flu. Have you all heard about this bird flu? Could be worse. We could be dealing with chirpies. That's a canarial disease, and it's untweetable. There are many, many STDs being talked about in the news right now. One of them that's gained a lot of attention is this super gonorrhea. I don't know about you, but I would choose the soup. I struggle with dyslexia, which doesn't help when you're trying to do things like this. Oftentimes I'll punch up the screw line. I was a horrible student in school, maybe because of dyslexia, but probably just because I was a bad student. I remember my first geometry class. They asked me, what is pi squared? I said a Pop-Tart. There's a very fine line between a numerator and a denominator. Only a fraction of you will get that. I remember in English class, the teacher would write a sentence and ask different students to come up and point out different parts of that sentence. And I found myself in the principal's office when she asked me to point out my dangling participle. Y'all have been great. Thank you so much.